All right, guys, here's a video about one of these TikTok fail trends. So let's check this out.
The trendy product almost all the TikTok girls have is now prompting those same people to send out warnings.
Throw away your glass straws.
Please.
You would never think that something so simple as a glass straw would be a danger to your life.
All right, let me stop you there. Glass straw, and you think that's safe? Now, the metal straw thing, it makes sense, but they also talk about this as well. Just want to put that out there. So you people that was buying these glass straws thought it was safe to use a glass straw. Okay.
And it doesn't stop at just straws.
No, this is not about a glass straw, but it is about something else that a lot of us have in our home.
It's the entire straw and bottle bundle.
Warning for anyone using Yeti bottles, especially for your kids.
You're drinking that. You're literally drinking that.
And she lost her eye.
In a world where plastic straws destroy the environment,
Plastic.
All right. It's funny that they, of course, they use Starbucks, right? What do you see there in that cup? Do you see ice? Do you see ice cream? Do you see coffee? Some people are like, oh, it's ice cream. That's not ice. That's not coffee, homie. I told you it's ice cream. And they showed the video a few seconds ago. They had the colorful. Is that coffee? What is that? No, bro. It's a drink. I wouldn't even call it it's a soda. That's what it is. It's a soda. So they selling sodas and ice creams, bro. I told you guys. There you go right there. The fuck out of here, man. No, it's iced coffee. They're like iced coffee to you? It's ice cream, man. It's flavored water. All right, flavored water. There, I said it.
Is not biodegradable. It will stay and essentially eternally forever.
and paper straws dissolve in your mouth before you can finish your drink.
Oh my gosh, I love this drink. You should try it. You should definitely try it. Here, take it. Try some.
For many, glass straws presented the perfect solution.
It comes with the glass straw.
You need to check out these glass straws from Amazon. The best reusable straws.
Unfortunately, all that good publicity shattered with one viral video. On November 23rd, TikToker Brianne O'Brien hosted a warning from her hospital bed.
Don't use the glass straws. It's not worth it.
According to the 35-year-old mom of 6, she was sipping water through her glass straw when she felt a
I'm gonna say this too. She had that lady that was in the hospital. She got a lot of pushback for the warning. I tell you guys all the time, females they don't like each other, and the thirst for attention is real. So the fact that she's clearly in the hospital in the hospital bed, and she's in pain, she's hurt, and she's giving a warning to other females. Because to be honest, dudes ain't doing this. Dudes not doing this. But she's giving out a warning to people not to drink the glass straws, and then they're talking bad about the woman, and they're like, "Oh, keep drinking the glass straws." Like, y'all fucking weird, bro. Like, that couldn't have been no dude. Dude would have say, "Man, I don't want to get in trouble for this, but hey, man, I bought that brand new DeWalt cordless drill. It blew up in my hand. See, my hand is gone. Don't buy the DeWalt cordless drill." Do you think guys gonna be like, "Oh man, you'll lose. I'm gonna buy it anyway"? Fuck no. If somebody put a video up and this dude's hand is missing, and he's saying, "Oh man, this is what happened. I used that brand new DeWalt cordless drill," don't buy it. You think I'm gonna go out there and buy that shit? No. But a female, it don't matter what. It don't matter what if they gonna do it. They gonna do the opposite because they hate each other. And of course, if it's on social media, they want to be the top tier content creator. They want to, oh, look at me. So they their own problem, man. But she giving them warnings, but yeah, they don't care. Some do, but I'm gonna say this: the younger females, nah, you can't tell them nothing. Nah, they too busy trying to be popular on social media. They don't care what happens. The first thing they're gonna say is, "Oh, it ain't gonna happen to me," or "It's not me." So, all right, whatever.
Chunk of something that definitely wasn't liquid slide down her throat. Brianne was dumbfounded. What had she just unknowingly swallowed? It was only when she began examining her cup, and specifically the bottom end of her glass straw, that she discovered the horrifying answer to that question.
There's a shard about that big missing.
As disturbed as Brianne was, physically, there was no cause for alarm, or at least, not right away. But 2 hours later, Brianne's body signaled that this wasn't a problem that would just go away.
I burped really big and my mouth had blood in it.
Choosing not to take any chances, Brianne rushed to the hospital. But once she arrived at the emergency room, her complaints weren't taken seriously. Until the gastroenterologist, a doctor who specializes in the digestive system, caught wind of what happened.
He said you need to expedite CAT scan immediately and get her going.
An X-ray and a CT scan revealed exactly what Brianne had feared. There, in her stomach, was a 2-centimeter shard of glass. The doctors acted fast. They put Brianne to sleep and began performing an endoscopy, which involved shoving a tube with a camera down Brianne's throat to locate the glass. But by this point, it was too little, too late. The glass was already gone.
So I got a piece of glass floating around in my intestines, which is awesome. They said to watch for bleeding over the next 2 days and to check my poop.
As for what happened to the piece of glass after leaving Brianne's stomach, well, from the TikToker's perspective, ignorance is bliss.
After going through my poop a couple times, I decided that it's not really worth it. It's gross.
Naturally, this horror story unlocked a new fear amongst glass straw users, who now felt required to exercise extreme caution when preparing their daily iced drinks. After all, Brianne wasn't the first person to find a little something extra in the cup. Online, there have been a number similar reports involving broken glass straw.
See, this is the problem with I'm gonna say this right now. I know it's true. I know if you go somewhere to probably go to Italy or I don't know, Spain, some country that's not close to the United States. These countries have laws, so it's only certain things you can make, and everything gets approved. You have to go through a process if you're going to come out with a product. You have to go through a process. The city, the state, the country has to approve it first. You just can't come out with the glass straw situation. You just can't come out with a barbed wire necklace and then just put that on the market. No. Don't get me wrong. China will make it. They'll send it or whatever. But in certain countries, they're gonna be like, hell no, you ain't about to make that. Nah, they gonna just tear that down. That idea, they're gonna counsel you for that. I don't say counsel. I want to say they're gonna shut you down for that. I don't want to use that word counsel. But that's what they're gonna do. You gotta get stuff approved in certain countries before you even manufacture it. So, and then a lot of things that you do. I think was it like in was it in Spain? I can't remember, Italy or something like that. God dang, Germany, I think. Whatever you make, you have to provide a warranty for it. So it could be anywhere from scissors to pasta pans, a microwave, whatever. You have to provide warranty for that. I know we have that here, but it's on a different level in some countries. So you just can't. What I'm getting at, you just can't make a BS product because there's so many things that we have. Prime example, well, besides the cars, but the electronic, like your refrigerator, microwave, whatever like that. You might get a product and it'll break down like in a couple weeks or whatever like that. Now, regardless of how much you pay for that product, you still have to have a warranty, and they take them warranties serious. So if it break down in a couple weeks, you got to replace that. If it, of course they give you a certain amount. It's a warranty, right? It's not lifetime, but you gotta own up to that. If not, they gonna come after you. So they real serious about quality products in certain countries. You just can't put out junk and then it break down. And then I'm pretty sure it probably has a lot to do with I don't know, like trash or whatever. Cause if you making a shitty product like a TV and it only lasts for like 6 months, you can imagine how the trash will just pile up because you're making junk and then you're steady throwing it out. You got to take it somewhere and dispose it. That costs money too. So there's a lot of stuff that go into it. But at the end of the day, it's like in certain countries, they wouldn't have made it past customs. If you want to come out with some glass straw, they'd be like, nah, what the hell is this? Glass straws? Who approved this? They need the paperwork, everything. But of course, in America, we'll take whatever. So there you go.
Pause.
Do you see that? That is a crack. That is a crack from broken glass that happened from breaking my ice. But if I hadn't checked, I would have swallowed the glass, and who knows where I'd be today.
I drink my coffee almost every morning out of a glass straw.
A glass straw. Who? I'm not even thinking about the people who came out with this idea. I'm thinking about the people who actually bought it. What makes you think of having a glass straw is a genius move? Like a glass straw. You see a number of females in the video, so there you go. I know we be doing some dumb stuff, but a glass straw, like, nah, that's some. If you know, you know. If you watch any Final Destination movies, this is a perfect example. This is a perfect example. So, I watch too many horror movies, man, and I ain't about to just buy anything. So, nah.
My iced coffee, and the other morning I was drinking it and I felt something in my mouth, so I took it out and it was a shard of glass like that big.
And it truly, I don't know when that happened. Like, there are shards taken out of that.
One TikTok user even posted their live reaction to finding glass in their drink, which they spat out, before proceeding to finish the latte. And
I gotta ask this question. Just hear me out. First of all, it's a trend. Why are y'all just so hooked up with coffee and y'all not doing shit? Like, granted, like she worked from home, but it's like y'all literally drink coffee all day. Like, you know it's not good for you, right? We can't drink water constantly all day. It's not good for you. But y'all here just drinking coffee all day, and most of y'all don't even do nothing. I don't know, man. Whatever. But like I say, it's not real coffee. It's sugar water. You know how they go. But let's carry on.
this wasn't the only instance where a user refused to let their beverage go to waste after their straw broke, adding weight to the claim that, for some, you would have to pry their glass straws from their cold, dead hands.
I told you,
But while
man.
many acknowledge the risk
They don't care.
that continuing to use glass straws posed, for others, what happened to Brienne came down to
All right. I don't know if you're a glass straw user, but the dude talking about his user error. Never mind.
one thing: user error.
I've been using glass straws for quite a few years and I've never had an accident like that.
Although I have like so much empathy for her, I just feel like you have to be a little bit inattentive, let's say, to be drinking out of a broken glass straw.
What did I tell you? They don't care, bro. Females, they don't like each other, man. They don't care. They want the attention more than anything. Attention is like air to them, bro. Like, they don't care. The woman literally is almost on her deathbed, heeding the warning, and they criticizing her. They criticizing her. I'm like, and you're not using it right. Oh, you don't know what you're doing. How complicated it is to use a straw, cuz? How complicated is it to use a straw? So now you're assaulting that woman's intelligence. Oh, you don't know how to use a straw right. What? And then you have females in the video that, oh yeah, my straw has cracks in it. And they still using it. Because all they gonna do is buy another one. It's like, what? Nah. You mad at her because she's telling you that drinking from a glass straw is a bad idea. Stop it. Because you're putting your life at risk. And these females on here bashing her. All right.
They use their glass straw like a freaking ice pick and try and get through the giant
There you go,
ice
another
pick.
one.
The straw is glass. It is going.
What did I tell you, bro? Look at her. She the youngster. Them youngsters they ain't gonna listen to you, bro. They ain't because all they see is for females see each other as competition, no matter what's going on. You can be helping them or at the end of the day, it don't matter. Female always gonna see another female as competition. Look at it. I told them young ones ain't gonna listen to you, bro. They are not gonna listen to you, which all right. There you go.
Brienne denied that she was responsible, pointing out that her straw was advertised to be used with iced drinks.
Iced coffee cup travel mug.
The thickness of the straw gave her a false sense of security.
I want you to look at the size comparison.
And she examined the straw before using it.
No cracks at all on this straw. It was exactly like that.
Many appear to be in agreement. Stirring a glass straw in ice might cause cracks.
Please be gentle with your
Bro, why are you giving demonstrations on how to use a fucking glass straw? Stop using the glass straw. They just can't get out their own way. They just can't get out there. Oh, I'm gonna take the opportunity and get my followers up on TikTok. Just stop using. Okay, all right, okay. But let's be clear. These are the same females that use chemicals on their face every day. So there you go.
Your straw will chip and you'll get chips of glass, and then you'll just be drinking that.
But user error doesn't excuse a faulty product.
Personally, as an avid glass straw user, I have had straws that have had shards break off of them, like if you're putting them in the dishwasher or throwing them around, or honestly just like putting them in ice. I just think they can't be trusted, and why would you take the risk?
Yes, while glass straws might be better for turtles, the same might not be true for humankind.
My heart's fine.
I'm only 40. Ignoring your heart health risk is no way to go through the.
Maybe it's time for me to not buy glass straws anymore. Honestly, I don't even want to drink from this anymore.
My mom is making me throw away all my glass straws. Why?
Basura, basura. I saw in TikTok and I think most
I'm
of you
best.
saw this girl. This girl is still in the hospital trying to find out what happened with her because she swallowed some glass.
Look at that. Taste test, baby.
Let's take this. Yeah.
So you gonna tell me that's coffee she got in that cup? It's just sugar water, cuz. It ain't no. Oh, they got ice. They got iced coffee. Yeah, man. Yeah, I know that, but that ain't nothing but shit. If you add milk, cream, sugar, whipped cream. What's the cream is caramel. God, man.
Doctors have only heightened the growing hysteria, emphasizing that glass straws pose a dangerous potential to tear apart your teeth.
I use glass
No,
straws.
they chip your teeth.
Oh my
God, be so careful.
Oh my God, Dr. Appa.
Your mouth?
Are you not afraid of like chewing on the straw and then just lacerating and shredding your entire mouth or like your tongue?
Septum ring.
Or like a little tiny piece of glass breaking off of the straw and then like shredding your intestines? Or is that just me being a doctor and having seen a lot of traumatic stuff?
And your insides.
You can perforate through the walls, meaning you can just create a hole in the walls of the esophagus or your stomach.
Of course, straws aren't the only piece of kitchenware that can leave you with shards in your mouth. TikToker Tori Colley also found herself in the ER after swallowing glass. And before you ask,
no, this is not about a glass straw, but it is about something else that a lot of us have in our home.
According to Tori, she was eating out of glass Tupperware when she bit down on something crunchy.
I spit it out and I see pieces of glass. Part of the edge of the Tupperware has fallen off.
Despite spitting out the shards, some pieces went down her throat. What followed were shooting pains in her stomach, fainting spells, and a rushed drive to the hospital from her husband. However, once Tori arrived, doctors informed her that she likely had nothing to worry about.
Very small pieces, if they're not extremely sharp, like a tack or a needle, it's really unlikely that it would pierce or puncture your organ. There might be some light scratching.
According to Poison Control, this checks out. Small pieces of glass typically pass without symptoms. Larger, sharper pieces, on the other hand, well, they leave a mark. These pieces can carve into the throat, gut, and intestines on their way down, causing internal bleeding. And given that glass is transparent and, in these cases, mixed in with fluid or food, you likely wouldn't know you're consuming it until...
Yeah, I got some of them cooking, I guess you call them cooking pans. Baking pans. So I guess I don't use them a lot, but it don't matter, right? But I don't know, I guess I just end up getting rid of them and getting some metal ones or something. So, yeah, so I guess I'll be on Amazon tonight. Shit. Nah. Can't take no chances, man.
It's too late.
If you think you would notice it, you actually surprisingly wouldn't because of just how glass is reflective.
But while trading in your glass Tupperware might be a simple fix, if you think throwing your glass straws in the garbage and swapping them for metal will protect you, think again.
I will be okay with my metal straw now, thank you.
Ooh, wait, look at her face. Look at her face, bro. This is what y'all females do on a daily basis. Man. Oh. Just wash and moisturize, man. Yeah. I don't know.
Thank you very much. In fact, behind the glinting, opaque surfaces, these straws are known to hide dark, disturbingly sludgy secrets.
I'm gonna tell you why I have trust issues with straws.
That's Sierra de Cartier, a TikToker who recently posted a stomach-turning story that gave her a lifetime of trust issues regarding reusable straws. According to Sierra, she first started using metal straws during the pandemic, back when she, her sister, and everyone else on TikTok was making whipped coffees to numb the pain.
Obviously, after every use, we would pop them in the dishwasher. Looking back now, that is definitely where we went wrong.
But on the fateful day Sierra's mother handed her daughter her morning beverage, the TikToker had no idea just how wrong it was about to go.
I took the straw expecting coffee to come up, but instead it was this like slimy.
It was a substance Sierra described as slug-like, long and gray.
Obviously, like a build-up of shit going through the dishwasher in the straw.
Safe to say, Sierra's story sparked some paranoia amongst viewers, and it seems their concerns might be justified.
I mean, so I mean, clearly they don't wash. They don't clean the metal straws. I mean, I don't see how you would put that in the dishwasher. I mean, if anything, you'll destroy your dishwasher. If it comes out of a little cup holder or whatever you want to call it, little utensil holder, but you have to clean it, and you got to clean it every time you use it. So that's why they give you the brushes. People nasty, man.
Straws already have a narrow opening that can make them a breeding ground for mold and bacteria without the proper cleaning tools.
This is my metal straw, just found mold in it.
And given that metal straws aren't transparent, well, sippers can be in for a nasty surprise.
Guys, I'm freaking out. I should have recorded this. I have the pipe cleaner thing in it right now. What the fuck is that?
But this is far from the only risk you sign up for when you add that metal straw.
All right, for anybody, again, who watch any one of the Final Destination movies, it don't show nothing like rated R, but it gets uncomfortable. So if you don't want to watch this, you need to fast forward. So it gets uncomfortable. So
to your cart. For example, are you attached to your pearly whites? If so, you might want to reconsider metal straws entirely.
Let's say you take your glass and you sip out of one that you're using and you bonk in your tooth, you either crack it, just chip it, it can become sensitive or it can lead to further problems.
Yeah, she chipped that.
These are dangerous, man. You gotta, this takes a learning curve.
And if a chipped tooth wouldn't faze you, how about, say, a missing eye? TikTok user Alex is Here One was sitting in the waiting room at the eye doctor when a woman with an eye patch struck up a conversation with her. At some point, the woman noticed the metal straw in Alex's water jug and offered some advice.
She points at my metal straw and she goes, "You might want to switch to a silicone straw."
When Alex asked why, the woman revealed that a couple of weeks ago, she was sitting in the passenger seat of her car as her husband drove, sipping out of her metal straw when they crashed. And you guessed it.
The metal straw went into her eye. Into it, and she lost her eye. That's why she was wearing an eye patch.
This story alone was enough for Alex to make the change.
When I tell y'all, I went out immediately and switched to silicone straws. All silicone. All silicone.
But if you need more motivation, there's no shortage of scary stories floating around online. As TikToker BeachGym10 pointed out, in the correct position and with enough force, a metal straw isn't just a utensil, it's a weapon.
If somebody bops you from here or bops the cup that you're drinking, this can create puncture wounds into the back of the mouth.
According to the TikToker, this isn't a big deal when it happens over the uvula area. It's when it happens over the tonsil area that you face a risk.
Behind that tonsil is a really big blood vessel called your carotid artery. This can cause pretty significant problems because that blood vessel brings blood directly to your brain. And if you're not getting blood to your brain, that can cause you to have a stroke. There's also the potential that you could just injure the blood vessel and have a lot of bleeding, and your airway is right there. And so putting pressure on that location can be difficult because, again, your airway is right there.
And we're talking life and death serious here.
If I'm walking with my drink and I just happen to trip and then boom, impaled, that's not me being funny and making a joke. That's a valid concern.
Valid is right, considering that back in 2018, a British woman was impaled by her metal straw after falling at her home. And this wasn't the only freak accident involving a metal straw. A study from the National Library of Medicine found a 46.5% increase in injuries involving metal straws from 2012 to 2021. These incidences required more emergency department.
And I mean, you know, most of these women have kids, if anything, so you got to look at the kids' safety as well. You know, our kids always get into something, but I mean, the kid doesn't have to be a toddler. The kid can be like 5, 6, 7 years old, whatever. You gotta be careful, man. So I'm looking at that too. I mean, when I used to see, well, I'm pretty sure they still there now, but whenever I started seeing like metal straws at the grocery store, I'm like, nah, I'm not messing with that. 'Cause the first thing I'm thinking of is safety. It's like, okay, I can get hurt. Someone can get hurt by using a straw. You know, go up your nose. Sometimes you try to use a straw. You know, you miss it or something like that. Nah. So no, it's just certain things that you just don't buy. But some people don't look at it that way. But I'm always looking at the pros and cons of anything. So
Visits that injuries involving any other reusable straws. And the most common victim? Males, aged 0 to 3. Yes, it seems parents have a right to be concerned.
He got on the trampoline. Can you guess what could have happened? He's okay, praise God, but
there we go.
done.
Yep.
Those are dangerous.
The AI Toolkit is live on Artlist. Every leading AI tool you need for video creation is now organized for you.
In 2016, Starbucks recalled 2.5 million metal straws following reports of children cutting their mouths on the reusable utensils. But these boo-boos were nothing compared to what happened to a 4-year-old in 2022. Charlie DeFria was sipping his yogurt drink through a metal straw when he lost his balance and fell. The force of the fall pushed the metal straw through his tongue and into the back of his throat, where it pierced a carotid artery. Thanks to a nearby ambulance and Charlie's father, who happened to be an internal medicine doctor who acted immediately as his son fell in and out of consciousness, Charlie's life was saved despite the 4-year-old losing nearly all his blood. As for the DeFria family's metal straw collection, well, according to Charlie's mother, they've been in the garbage since the day after the incident. More recently, a 21-month-old girl.
So then we go ahead and just ban it. And of course, you know, it's more trash that we're gonna have in the oceans, and you know, people they bring this to the beach, they bring this to the park. You know how that goes. So not everybody is clean. So, but yeah, they need to go ahead and ban it. Metal straws and glass straws. So I guess silicone. I know they try to come out with ways. Well, glass that was a dumbass idea. Let's be honest. But they're trying to come out with alternatives. Biodegradable straws. At the end of the day, they're trying to come out with a straw, you know, that won't harm the earth whenever they're disposed of. So, I think bamboo straws or something, but I'm pretty sure it's not hard to figure out how to come out with a. Because ideally, you probably want to have a biodegradable. I forgot the dang word. You know, earth-friendly straw. So that will hold up. Not just off of one use. I mean, ideally you kind of want to, I don't know, like it's like you don't want to just have it for too long. You got to clean it. So how can you clean it and then it holds its shape over multiple uses and is biodegradable at the same time. So it's like you can come out with some straws, but they probably do have where it's a one and done that's biodegradable, but that'll cost that costs some money because you got to make so many straws, and it's a lot of stuff that goes into it. But at the end of the day, the glass straws, the metal straws, like, but both of them are a dumb idea. So long story short, they need to go ahead and ban those too. And like I said, the lady said they got silicone straws. So, I mean, I'll take that. So
Was impaled by a metal straw following a bike accident where the utensil went through the roof of her mouth and into her nasal sinuses before hitting the base of her neck. Miraculously, doctors were able to remove the straw without causing further injury.
look away.
But while tossing your metal straws might stop you from impaling yourself and others, those aren't the only dangers lurking in the common kitchen cupboard. In fact, even glorified sippy cups can be hazardous. In November, TikTok user Jason Sullivan posted about contacting Yeti after he noticed his daughter's water bottles didn't seem to be getting fully cleaned. The company's advice? Use boiling water.
After doing that, this is what they looked like when they came out.
Despite not being made to be disassembled, the boiling water allowed him to peel off the seals, revealing hidden mold.
So if you're using these types of bottles, especially for children, make sure to check them regularly. There could be hidden buildup or contamination you might not notice.
Online, others have made similarly unsettling discoveries concerning their water bottles.
I've literally been drinking mold, like where you put your mouth is black mold.
All of this was full of black bacteria.
What is that? Mold infested. You're drinking that. You're literally drinking that.
While some fault has been put on water bottle owners for not cleaning their bottles properly.
Yeah, that happened to me as well. My jug for the gym. I noticed, I'm like, man, I'm feeling a little off lately. So me not really thinking much about it, then I checked the lid of my canister and it had black mold. I'm like, oh shit, that's why I was feeling so weird whenever I was going to the gym. But like I say, bleach water, let it soak clean. You want to make sure it's easy to clean too. I mean, on top of that, you want to make sure it's was it BPA approved or whatever. But whenever you get these canisters, you want to make sure it's not overly complicated. So that the one I have, it has, we can just screw off the lid and it has a little, not the sippy, but it's a size of a Coke bottle, the top. So, but still, whenever you twist it, you got to twist it off. The inside has a silicone ring, of course, so it won't leak. You pull, you pull it out. You hit it with your cleaning solution, and the silicone ring, because that's gonna have mold on it. Put that in some bleach water, dish soap. Make sure you clean it, and then you go from there. But you don't need something that it has a straw attachment, it has this, it has that, because it'll be harder to clean when you get in the cracks and crevices. So you gotta be very careful that if you go to the gym, stop trying to be fucking cute. Just get one that has that little the cap piece where you can just twist off, and then that's it. Or if not, you can take the whole top off and drink it. But don't be getting the one that has a straw in there. That's what the females do. They want to look cute. I tell you guys all the time. They go to the gym not to work out. They just go there for attention. So just keep that in mind. And even when you go out somewhere, like when you out on the park trail or whatever, just make sure you get the simple stuff. Like, I know you got little toddlers, but at the end of the day, make sure you clean it. So every week you need to be cleaning it, a couple times. Obviously, depending on how often you use it. So within a week, you need to clean it 2-3 times, like thoroughly cleaning. Of course, you got to clean it whenever you're not using it, but the more you use it throughout the week, you got to make sure you thoroughly clean. You got to go in there, take out the silicone rings, scrub it, disinfect it, do all that. So, but if not, that's what's going to happen. That happened to me too. So luckily I caught it, because that stuff is terrible. It gets you sick for real.
Despite instructions being readily available, others blame companies for designing products that are needlessly difficult to clean and selling sickness to the public. One user even went as far as to describe reusable water bottles as this generation's lead paint. And you don't have to go far to find stories from people who believe they've been unknowingly poisoning themselves for months.
I've had prolonged exposure to black mold for about 2 months now. This was an illness of congestion, runny nose, swollen lymph nodes, swollen tonsil.
Or sometimes, even years.
So I've been so sick for like nearly 3 years of my life now. And I've got all these symptoms and we've run all these tests. I've had that thing done where they put like a tube down your throat to check your stomach and no one can figure out what is wrong.
But while blaming your water bottle for the mysteries,
You see what you got right there? Exactly. That's how mine is. Of course, it's way bigger than that, but that's exactly how it is. You got the little top. Well, you can pop that top off of mine. You screw it off, and there you go. But that's what you need right there. Nothing
surrounding
else.
your health might be tempting, according to experts, it's unlikely that mold exposure from a water bottle, even chronic, would lead to anything beyond fatigue and coughing. Of course, these stories might make some yearn for a return to the days of single-use plastic, or question why we ever drifted from drinking straight from the cup. Yet, whether it's tooth sensitivity, a disability, or a growing fear of environmental collapse, people will continue to rely on reusable straws, bottles, and containers. So, how can we protect ourselves? Well, here's the good news. Despite some users quitting cold turkey,
I'm coming to the conclusion that I just shouldn't use any straws.
you likely don't have to replace all of your household utensils. Instead, carefully wash your reusable straws and water bottles after every use to avoid any nausea-inducing incidences. You can also add rubber tips to your glass or metal straws to protect yourself from chipping a tooth or, getting impaled.
These are great because it just takes away all of that scary stuff that could happen.
Handling glassware with care is another way you can protect yourself. If that isn't enough, consider swapping for high-quality borosilicate glass products, which are more durable than other glass products. Or, if this video has left you forever scarred,
glass straws will be a no-go forever in my house. Never again. Don't use glass straws.
cut out glass altogether by purchasing silicone straws, steel Tupperware, or seeking out other alternatives. And thank you for watching all the way through.
Yeah, this is a great video, man. I'll leave a link down below. Yeah, if you're a glass straw sipper or a metal straw sipper, let me know down below. Me personally, the glass part was just completely stupid. The metal one was like, I kind of see where you're going with this, but again, I'm looking at safety. So, I say no to both. But the silicone, I know a lot of people don't want to hear this for the green people, plastic straws, and they do have, they do have the, well, actually, the same throwaway, the earth-friendly straws. So I keep saying earth-friendly. I keep forgetting the name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. But again, with that, it's like, I don't know, like I would just go that route and they'll have to figure it out. But at the end of the day, whatever company makes those straws, they're doing it to make money as well, also to help the environment. So it's like, if it doesn't make sense for them, I don't know. That's like I say, I don't want to stretch the video longer than that, but no to metal straws, no to glass straws. They say they have silicone. You still got to clean that because obviously that's reusable, but it's safe to use that compared to those two other weapons. So get the silicone, and I mean they got the the environmental, the disposable straw. There we go, the disposable straws. Me personally, get the disposable straws, and I mean obviously you only can use them one time. That's the problem, because people want to kind of keep them for a while. Like it's not meant for you to use them over and over again. So but it comes down to what are they using to keep the sturdiness of the straw. So is that a chemical you put in those straws that keep it like that when it's in some kind of liquid, or not? If it's just straight paper, then you only got so long before it gets soggy. But I say get the silicone straws, I guess. But I would just get the throwaway straws if I'm just really on straws like that, and just sip your drink quick. Yeah, I don't know. If you guys like the video, let me know down below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you got a Cash App, and you don't mind donating $1 to me, I really appreciate it. And yeah, until next time.